What is up, fellas? JPS delivers here. Hopefully all is well. Trent Green and the boys with the Rams. I pretty much get this idea. He's having an MVP season with this team. The way the team was built, I think for a lot of the teams and how they draft for the fantasy drafts and these Maddens kind of replicates what their team is built off of just in real life at the time. Solid quarterback, obviously. Kurt Warner at the time. Not Kurt Warner of like 1999 or 2000. But Terrell Owens, Randy Moss, their first two picks, they end up getting a very good running back in Amon Green. So not only do they have their quarterback at the top of the MVP race, Amon Green's right there with 48 catches of his own. So it's like a Marshall Faulk type use in this offense where he's getting over 1,000 total yards already. Just a game over, just halfway through the season. But Trent Green's balling out, 26 touchdowns. And as well, I'm pretty sure it's defensive player on Amon Green, number 2 on that list. I think Marshall Faulk was also on that list as well. But Brian Urlacher topping it. Julian Peterson, one of the best cover linebackers in all football. Pretty much, I'd have to say of all time, the dude's a beast. But here we go. Got pretty much the family of Johnsons right here, rookies. What was it in the comebacks or something like that? Was it last name Johnson that they kept on saying when he was calling out his team? I don't remember, but y'all let me know if you remember that scene from the movie. But Andre Johnson, speaking of the Johnsons, 3rd overall pick technically in real life at this point. A dude, just it's kind of a, you can't miss on that guy. Dude, I mean, what can you say about a guy like that? Just a perfect pick for the Houston Texans. I know didn't pan out for the most part for him. Just in no Super Bowl wins or anything like that. Not too much of an illustrious career for playoff wins or whatnot, but that's what happens when you're not the quarterback of a team. Great player. Saints atop the conference, actually atop of all the NFL. Going up against us this week, but we got the Raiders, the Rams, Bills, Ravens, Chiefs, Steelers, Bengals, Dolphins right there. It's in and out, but here we go. AFC, Raiders atop at 7-2. Then you got the Bills, led by, I was going to say freshman, but rookie quarterback Byron Leftwich out of Marshall. But right there in the NFC, just a 4-5 team, this Falcons team. It's been kind of rough dealing with the likes of, we have the best, in my opinion, it's probably the best offensive line in all of football. You got Tariq Glenn at left tackle, Brian Waters at left guard, Matt Burke, one of the best centers of all time, I'd have to say, at center. You got Dan Neal, who played with those Broncos teams. And then at right tackle, I believe, if I'm correct, it might be Tommy Wade. So he might be the one dude that's just the missing part. Just kind of a weak link easily for this offensive line. But hey, it's all good. 4-5 going up against the 9-1 New Orleans Saints. Donald Driver, Mark Bolger, you should be able to see a decent amount of connections with them today. Going up against the Saints team, technically the number 1 rated defense in all of football, but hopefully Donald Driver has something to say about that and proves them wrong today. It's been kind of a shaky start. I think that it's been difficult trying to get the tackling down in this game, but I think we have a good overall set of good defenders, young defenders as well. The freak Javon Curse on the outside. You got Cornelius Griffin, 26 years old, a young Ed Reed. You got a Chris McAllister, so you have 2 of the best secondary players on the Baltimore Ravens at the time, which was a sick defense. Chris McAllister, like I said, I think it's going to be setting up for a good game for Edwards ahead of us and whatnot. Speaking of, it's going to be a beautiful, beautiful move right there by cutting it off for the interception. Nice little over-the-shoulder grab, and it's about a 25-yard return on that one. LT now, a guy that we need to get more involved in the offense. Nice 5-yard run on that one, but Mark Bolger going to hit his man Hakeem right there. Has it pretty much seemed like a dream in order for him to get a touchdown pass at any point? I don't think that's going to be the case. Not utilized like we do with the Houston Texans 07 team, but right here, beautiful run by Stecker. The guy has been solid. Maybe it's because when he's in, and LT's out, people are not focusing on the run nearly as much, but he's, pretty efficient coming in and being a change of pace back, especially when LT needs a breather. But a drop pass right there by Hakeem. Going to set up Jay Feely for what should be around a 49-yard field goal. It's going to be pretty much down the middle, 3-0. Slow start to this game. And speaking of slow, this defense, I don't know how Griffin doesn't just bear hug the man, but Dante Culpepper gets the first down and then immediately tries to replicate it with another first down run of his own. Tackle on the outside by, I believe, an Ed Reed on that play. It's going to be another first down for the Saints, but on third down later on in the drive, it's going to be incomplete. Going to be Falcons ball this time around, but Mark Bulger, just not enough time. Just terrible blocking the right side of the offensive line, including terrible blocking by LT. Just not looking good, but it is what it is. And then a pass over to Mr. Finneran, but he's going to have the catch again from Mr. Finneran. Brian Waters now with the hold on that one. Holding seems to be, I don't know if maybe I'm just having it too often for the rate at which, you can set, the AI and the just human, just like skills and everything and awareness and whatnot, but you can do the same with penalties. I have it all the way for some of the penalties, and maybe I need to just, cock it back a little bit. Just considering that, apparently the interceptions isn't high enough on there. Should have been picked off, but LT on the outside, nice juke move after the broken tackle to start off the run. It's going to be a first down for him, but later on in the drive, 3rd and 13. Is it going to be another hold? You just never know at this point, but it's going to be a penalty, though. Thank God for defensive pass interference, because Finneran doesn't catch anything reliably worth a shit. And then a terrible decision. I think I threw it to Driver too late on that one. It was a fumble in the play, picked up by the man himself, Mr. Scott. And then a nice little defensive, nope, not at all. It's going to be a nice little run by Mr. Green. And then Dante Culpepper's going to run past a Mike Vrabel for a first down. Now 1st and 10, what's Green going to do? It's going to be another solid run. Trucks Ed Reed right there to get himself 2-3 extra yards for the first down. Later on 3rd and 9, not able to convert. It will be the first chance for points for this Saints team, and it's barely going to squeeze through. Brought to you by NFL Street with Ricky Williams on the cover. But going deep right here, this should have been a touchdown. I mean, that's a drop. At that point, you can just pretty much catch it, hold X, zoom past these guys, but nope. Never that easy, right? Never that damn easy, even though this game was made for offensive side of the ball. But it is what it is. A man, again, he's getting these tough yards now. He's been efficient. Now it's time for him to fight for even more yards. But it looks like a face mask. Penalty flag already thrown. Another holding penalty, this time on all-pro tackle Tariq Glenn. Still 3-3. Last play before the 2-minute warning. It's going to be a pass down the field to Finneran. No penalty on that one. It's going to be New Orleans ball. 2nd and 10 now. Dante Culpepper, nice catch right there by David Boston, who, man, made himself a decent career with the Arizona Cardinals, especially some very solid seasons. But right there, they ran a no-huddle. Pittman gets caught offside, and that was a 3rd down, a pivotal 3rd down, as they're making their way down the field more and more. But on 3rd down, not even a halfback draw. Terrible awareness on the defense as a whole, and it's going to be a first down now for this Dante Culpepper-led Saints offense, and then beautiful sack by Cornelius Griffin. I'm just going to keep on saying that guy's name. I don't care if someone else ends up getting the tackle or sack. That name's just too fucking cool to say. And then right here, Ed Reed, beautiful user pick on that one. More so computer position, but in itself, I'm going to call it a user pick. Nice interception right there by Ed Reed. And then Finneran, beautiful pass right here. Timeout by Atlanta. Now LT with the ball. Beautiful play, but I'm pretty sure it's going to be another hold this time on Mr. Tommy Wade. The weakest link. Maybe we'll get something out of it later on and just trade the man, because this offensive line is too good to be giving up this many penalties and whatnot. Then what seemed like a good play, should have lobbed it better. Should have had a little bit better touch on that one, but Jay Feely's going to miss this ball miserably. Just have me miss it straight or something like that, just way off, because technically it just looks stupid for me to have that ball, like, you know what I mean? It's not like the movie Bend It Like Beckham, to where that football is just going to curve out like that and whatnot. There's no wind in here. It's a dome. And speaking of a dome, no wind to affect that pass. Mark Bulger but it's going to be another poor pass and poor decision by Mark Bulger, a man that really hasn't thrown that many interceptions this season. Man who hasn't had great yardage or just, standout stats. But overall, though, this offense has become a little bit more solid than it was at the beginning of the season. But this defense is definitely starting to solidify a little bit more. Notice in the last couple of games they played way better. And right there, getting a nice call on what was second down, now 2nd and 20. Incomplete pass on that one. Should have been picked off. Going to be David Boston right here. And it's going to be 4th down and 3. Going to settle for 3 measly points right here on what is pretty much a chip shot by their kicker. And then here we go, Jeremy Shockey. The second half, I think, is going to become a Jeremy Shockey type of half. Funny enough, he seems to be possibly the best deep threat on this team. I think he should be, the number one target on this offense. It sure seems that way. It's just compared to his competition when it comes to his matchups, the man just really can't be guarded. Merritt's just 1 year removed from getting drafted out of the U. Pretty much starting a nice little series of good tight ends. I got to say, good tight ends with great seasons, such as Kellen Winslow, and then you end up getting Greg Olsen. Then right there, that looked like a miss to me. If y'all want to just go back to that one and see, it looked like a miss to me. That's out of bounds right there, but it will be holding on the play by Green. 1st and 19, Javon Curse applying pressure, but it's going to be Deion Branch. So they got Deion Branch, Lavernius Coles, and then, of course, David Boston, who should be the number one target on this offense. 2 absolute speedsters right here. I don't know why this is a highlight, but I'm going to show you it anyways. It was a nice 3 route right there by David Boston. Nice 1st down, and it's going to continue the drive, but now on 2nd and 10, Mr. Green gets it, but it's going to be Mr. McAllister catching up to him right there, cutting him off to stop the touchdown. And then right here, getting lucky, Lavernius Coles does not end up getting past the out-of-bounds line on right there. Does not toe tap his way to the end zone. It's going to stay Saints ball, and then a beautiful play by Chris McAllister. And what should only be 3 more points for this Saints offense. And I mean, a team that's put up a decent amount of points. It's not St. Louis Rams type stuff. But it is what it is. Donald Driver with a nice play on a highlight right there by Mark Bulger. Beautiful broken tackle on the play, and I think that's actually highlight worthy compared to what that Dante Culpepper thing was. Whatever the fuck that play was, it was just, I don't know, it's just mediocre for something that's going to be highlighted later on in the game. Then Mark Bulger, who's he going to find? It's going to be the man Jeremy Shockey. Almost gets, I should have kept to the outside. Maybe it was just, maybe I wouldn't have been able to avoid that first attempt by the cornerback on that play. But hey, it's going to go well right here, and especially when Stecker's into this game. Stecker again on this one. Another beautiful juke move on that one. It's going to set it up to about the 2-yard line, and then LT is going to eat up those fantasy points. 6 points on the play, 7 total after the drive, after the extra point as well. And then a big pass to Mr. Coles. Thank God he does not have apparently the good balance and flexibility to run down the sideline, because that's a man no one's going to catch if he ends up all by himself on pretty much an island. Just under 2.5 minutes left. Missed tackle right there by Al Wilson. It's going to be a 1st down by Dante Culpepper. I feel like that's the one thing he's consistently doing well in this game, was scrambling the ball. Deion Branch almost gets in, but it's time for a goal line stand. And right there on 1st down, gets blocked up. Should have been caught right there by Green. And then right there, basically a sack. Maybe it was a quarterback draw, but they're going no huddle. Only up by 11. Less than 2 minutes left. 2-minute warning has already taken place. Again, if I have to tell you 20 million times, but right here, caught, and then immediately Chris McAllister with the huge play. And then trying to run the clock out right here. LT, 2nd and 9. It makes a weird situation. Do we need to go for the pass? Go for the 1st down? And he throws it to him, and easily the play of the game. Broken tackle. Another broken tackle. The man's got 84 speed at that huge 6'5", 270 frame. Jeremy Shockey is all the way down the field. And then here we go. Last play. Pretty much for this Saints team. It's going to be an interception by Bolden. 2 interceptions by Edwards. Interception by Bolden. Had that nice interception by Ed Reed. The Saints team, I don't know how they're atop the division, atop of all the NFL at 8-1. They must have beaten the Rams at some point. But I'm looking forward to it. Maybe we can make the playoffs. Maybe get a good draft pick. I don't know. As always, fellas, take it easy and see y'all next time.